Oh boy. Oops. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. I'm curious. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Does everything look all right? Is my first question. Just because this is the first live stream, I know there's gonna be a lot of technical difficulties. I've been fighting with this software for the last hour or so. So many little bugs. This is my first time. I am popping my streaming virginity to you guys, so bear with me. I don't do this very often. I'm like one of these girls that tells you at the bar, I don't do this very often. I'm not that kind of girl. And as soon as you hear that, you know everything you need to know about her. But no, on a real note, this is 100% new to me. I have a lot planned for this stream, and we are basically going to be streaming every single day. I want to first, though, just make sure before I do my long-winded rant and we really get into things, is this alive? Are we good? Are we here? Let me just get some ones. Let me get some twos in the chat, in the chat-to-chat-a-rooney dooney. Make sure we're all good. Okay. So if you're on YouTube, let me get something. If you are on Instagram, let me know if it's even working over there, because Lord knows I have no clue. This is, again, kind of the first time doing it. All right. I think we're getting there. So I'm getting a few lower the musics. Okay, so we'll lower the music a little bit. So yes, I need you guys to help me out. Bear with me. So we'll lower the music just a tad. We'll lower it by like 10 decibels there. Okay. How does that sound now? How does the audio sound? Do I look clear? Do I look like I'm glowing? Just flatter me for a second. Imagine you're on a date and maybe I don't look like my pictures. Maybe I'm a torta. I'm 50 pounds heavier than you thought. But just flatter me for a second. Because again, this is my first time doing it. Imagine I'm your daughter. This is my first time riding my bike, because it really is. Let me get a little encouragement. And we're going to have a great live stream today. I think we are good on both platforms. So today is going to be the start of a new series. And I want to break down really quickly how I plan to do these live streams, because I am going to be doing a live stream basically every single day until we have a winning product that we are going to start to scale. So let me do one last check. How does the music sound? If the music, audio balance, I like to have music in the background. That's just for me, just to help me focus. I don't want it to be too distracting. So if it sounds good, let me get a one. Let me get some ones. And then we will get cooking on what I want to do today, which is finding some goddamn winning products so we can get our bag up. I apologize if that was a little loud. So just let me know. I know it's going to be a little delayed in terms of like getting the chat. So we'll do that. All right. All right. Let me skip ahead to the live. How are we doing on the live? Okay. I'll give you guys a second. So, on YouTube, it looks like we're good though. I'm not getting any ones. Not getting any ones. Maybe you guys hate this. I don't know. I'm going to check on my end on my phone just real quick to see if I can hear everything. And if so, then we're cooking with gas. Let me just make sure. Blah-de-da-da. Is it still erroring? Am I tripping? No, I think it's good. Okay. Beautiful. So Instagram looks good. YouTube, let me just double check, guys, because again, this is my first time, so bear with me. Bear with me. Just have to work out the kinks and then we'll be chilling. Also, hit 26,000 subscribers today. Thank you, guys. Okay. Delta music, I like that focus music. This is just, I have like a work music playlist of songs with no lyrics. Helps me focus. It's like lo-fi kind of vibes, so it helps me. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. I think. Okay, cool. All right, let's get started with things. Let me get my record on, guys. So, essentially, I know none of you guys are really prepared for what I want to do today, and that's perfectly fine. Let me just get recording on. I'll have a backup just in case. Okay. Beautiful. So, guys, for everyone here, I am essentially going to be doing a 0 to 100K series. I know I've done this in the past, and unfortunately, I had complications with scheduling and a lot of different things. So, basically, what I'm going to be doing to make it as frictionless as possible for myself is we are going to be doing a 0 to 100K series where I am in my home, and I will be essentially just live streaming for about 2 to 3 hours every single day, walking you through the entire dropshipping process from A to Z. For anyone that's a complete beginner, no e-commerce experience, can know everything they need to know. And in these live streams, I basically have multiple videos that I have planned. So when I say, hey, welcome to day one, just know if you're on the live stream, obviously I understand that this is the first live stream. This is technically day one of things. And then obviously tomorrow we'll live stream will be day 2. But essentially how I'm going to be doing this is each live stream is going to have about 3 to 4 videos that I film inside of each one, because they're about 2 to 3 hours long is how long I plan to live stream for. So I have scripts written down. There are things I want to cover each day, outlines. Obviously today is about finding winning products, and we are going to do that in this video. I'm going to show you the best ways to find winning products for free, best way to do it paid, etc., etc. In fact, I actually have to log into those tools real quick just so we're ahead. So let me actually go ahead and do that. But that's my game plan today. And then I also want to talk about some mindset things, because obviously this game, I can teach you all the strategies. I can teach you everything you need to know. But if you are not the person that you need to become yet to become successful, it's not going to work. So there's a lot of things that I want to cover. So we're going to first start with a mindset video, and then we're going to get into product research. So bear with me. This is the stuff that, again, I know, oh, it could be a little boring, blah, 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 blah. But this is the stuff that really matters. So without further ado, Ethan, editor, we are going to start our first video of this challenge. How exciting. Alrighty. So I do have a little bit of a script. I apologize if it sounds scripted, but no, it's kind of how it is. So I'm just going to pull it up on my phone real quick, and we'll get cooking with things. So appreciate you all for bearing with me. Again, like I said, I don't do this very often. Alrighty, let's get into it. What is going on, kitten? You look mighty fine today. Rare. My name is Ethan Dobbins, your favorite vanilla gorilla, and this is day 1 of my 0 to 100K challenge. And I already know what you're thinking. God, another one of these challenges. Jeez Louise, kill me. And I get that, but this is going to be completely different from any other challenge you've ever had, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, basically for the next 30 days, 40 days, however long this challenge takes, I'm going to be dropping a new video every single day that teaches you how to go from a complete dropshipping noob with no motion, with no maidens, with no bag, to an e-com Chad that knows A to Z, everything from creating winning ads to finding winning products to building a brand that can change your life in 2026. Now, for this opening video, I'm not going to teach you any strategies. I'm not going to teach you any tactics. This is day 1. And in order for you to go on this journey, I want to have a contract between you and me. I am going to give you everything over these next 30, 40, 50 days, however long it is. Every single product, every single ad, every single penny I spend, all of it you will see. And I just want one thing in return from you. And it's not money. This is all free. So arch up, baby girl, because daddy needs his back shots. All right, I'm kidding with you. But obviously, there are some ground rules I do want to set. There are 4 non-negotiables. I want you to tattoo these on your forehead, write them down, do what you have to do, because these are the essentials. Now, the first thing is I want you to watch every single video. Every day, there will be a new video. And if you just so happen to miss one, let's say it's day 3 and you missed day 2, go ahead, rewatch that video because it's all done chronologically. If you're missing one step of this, then the entire Jenga tower completely falls over. So if I have the time while running multiple businesses, while also having an entire roster of Latinas that I need to be providing for, and I'm making these videos, then you can sit your little keister down for 15 minutes, watch these videos, take your notes down. Now, what even is dropshipping in the first place? Great question. Basically, it is the model of selling products from China directly to customers, usually from the big 4 countries. So essentially, you find a product where your customer pays you, and then your supplier, you pay, and they send that product directly to your customer. You are the middleman between China and usually America in most cases. So just to give you an example, if I'm selling, let's say, this water bottle, I find it from China for $5, I sell it for $30, my customer pays me $30, I pay my supplier $5, they ship it directly to my customer, and I profit that margin of $25. However, obviously if it was that easy, then we would all be millionaires. So to get traffic, to be able to scale, to be able to build a brand, you need to be having a reliable traffic source, typically paid ads. Now, this is where a lot of people tend to lose a lot of money because they don't know how to create the right ads. They don't know how to create the right website. They don't know how to find the right product with the right margin. They're forcing it a lot of times. So what I want to teach you over this entire program is specifically how to find those products with the margin that solve a real problem, and then how to become a better marketer than everybody else, because that is the key. Most people are lazy. They are just copycats. They are ripping ads. They're ripping websites from their competitors. And then when they launch and lose everything, they're wondering, why the hell? I mean, this dropshipping's dead. It's bullshit. I mean, how am I supposed to provide for my family when I'm just putting the bare minimum effort into the things that actually make the biggest difference? The only differentiator between you and another dropshipper is never the product, it's how you market the product. And that's what we're going to be focusing most of these lessons on throughout this journey. Now, getting into our second rule, now that you know what dropshipping actually is, you need to do the homework. In every single one of these videos, I'm going to assign you a certain task to be done. That could be product research, that could be creating ads, that could be just thinking and sitting with yourself for 15 minutes and wondering why you're such a fuck up and why every single decision you've ever made has left you to watch this challenge series to be able to change your life. Who knows? But I want you to do all of the homework. I get that most of you failed or got C's and D's and GEDs at best in school, but this is the only class that truly matters. You are learning the game of business, my friend. A business that can change your life, a business that has changed my life, to buy the dream watch, the dream house, the dream car. Everything in my life is completely funded with this journey that I decided to start 8 years ago, and it was the best decision I ever made. But if you don't go fully into it, if you don't go balls deep, if you're just dipping your toe in the water, don't even bother getting started in the first place. This is not the journey for you. Now, number 3, ask questions. If you are watching this series, when I'm teaching concepts to you, they're going to be foreign. It's going to be like I'm speaking a different language. Keep in mind, I've been doing this for 8 years. I've been teaching people for 5. I have said these lessons over and over again to where I am a broken record. I am like Woody from Toy Story and you're pulling my string. So I know this back and forward like the back of my hand. But for you, if anything is foreign, if you don't understand it, leave a comment. We have an amazing community. I read every single comment as well, and I will love to respond to you to help you out during your journey. Do not be a silent, no good pedestrian. That's not what we want here. And then the final lesson, if there was one lesson that you actually follow, take action. It's the most important lesson. Wisdom comes from experience, and experience comes from action. And the only way you will truly progress is you have to actually take action and stop this never-ending cycle of learning masturbation. Because before I teach you a single thing about dropshipping, before I show you how to find products, before I show you how to create winning ads, do everything you need to take fucking action. That is the number one lesson. Not, oh, I'll start tomorrow. Oh, I'll watch a few more videos. Oh, I need a course. I need a mentor. Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit what your excuse is. Go back to playing video games. Go back to your little bubble if that is the way you want to operate. Because it's not going to work here. If you settle for mediocrity, then your business is going to be mediocre. This series is for people that truly want to change their life, that are sick of where they're at right now. that want to actually make a difference. They want to kill the old version of themselves and have a new version that sprouts. Metamorphosis, people. You are really this tiny little caterpillar and you want to be a beautiful butterfly. So without further ado, let me teach you the secret of how you can actually operate and change your life and who you need to become to be successful. And to give you a little bit of context, I want to first talk about my story. So when I was 16 years old, I was in private school and I did not want to be an entrepreneur at all. I wanted to be a financial banker and I was going down that route. It was all right. I was taking regular classes, nothing too special. I was very ADHD. I was the class clown. And suddenly I got expelled, multiple suspensions, and we'll get into that in another video. But once that happened to me and I realized, oh, this shiny path, this path that I was always destined to go down to is no longer an option, I had to look for an alternative route. And that's where I went on YouTube. I looked up how to make money online as a teenager, and I stumbled upon so many examples. Noah Brewer, I saw Sebastian Georgiou, I saw Tanner Plains, I saw these kids that were my age, that were not smarter, they were not harder working, but they were making insane amounts of money with dropshipping. And I knew from that day forward, this was going to be my thing. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how much time I need to commit. This is going to be my thing. So I would spend 10, 11 hours legitimately, and this is not fake hours. Every single hour that I had, I would be spending building websites, finding products, creating ads. I was obsessed, and that is the bare minimum if you want to see any change in your life. And I remember getting that first sale after about 2 weeks in. It was about my second product test, and when I got that first sale, my parents were driving me to soccer practice, and I was like, oh my God, this is real. I just had an adult buy from a 16-year-old store. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I knew when I got that first sale, I'm hooked. This is my new crack. This is my fentanyl right here. This is better than good pussy. But I knew this was going to be my thing. And unfortunately, it did not go as rosy as I would have liked. But I'm also glad because of that. Because I tested a few more products till eventually I got to my 15th product test and I went broke. I lost all my money. I was able to make sales. I was able to make a decent product page. I was able to find a decent enough product, but I could never actually make anything profitable. And it was frustrating. I had my first payment processor hold of 25%, which already was eating at me. I had problem after problem, I had customer service issues. I was manually fulfilling every single order, and that would take me an hour a day because every single day, if I got 20 orders, I would have manually put in the address, manually put in. We didn't have all the fancy dandy tools that you guys have. And I know I sound like an unk saying that, but we had, back in the day, it was Oberlo. That was the thing. And that's dinosaur. That's just fossilized now at this point. So I started to believe after doing this for about 6 months, losing all my money, that, okay, this is a scam. I'm just not cut out for this. I gave it my best shot. Every excuse that you guys would possibly have, if you're right now in the game, you tested some products that hasn't worked, I was in your position. And most likely I was dealing with it 10 times worse because I had no money left. So I had to go get back my old job as cashier at Publix, work terribly long shifts to save some money up. And I knew the next time I was going to give this my best possible shot. I could not have any excuses left on the table. So I reached out to a guy, Noah Brewer, paid him about $1,500 a month, which was so much money to me at the time. It's, again, about 17 at this point. And after I showed him my first website and ads and product, he told me, Ethan, this is dog shit. This is terrible. He looked at my website. He roasted it like he was Gordon Ramsay, just lighting it to shreds, asking, where's the lamb sauce? And that's a great question. I do wonder where the lamb sauce is. But he basically opened my eyes to this new perspective of, oh my God, I didn't even realize my blind spots. I didn't even realize, oh, my offer is terrible. My product description could do this. My ads could be like this. If I showed you the first version of what my ads and product pages look like, and you guys can look this up. There's a tool, Wayback Generator. My first brand, Umero Sports, Umero Sports. You can see a screenshot 8 years ago. It is one of the most awful looking websites ever, but I thought it was so good because I was emotionally invested. I put so much time into it. I thought it was good, but that's not correlated. I could put 1 hour to a website nowadays and make it look perfect compared to a beginner who can put 100 hours and it won't be anywhere near as good. Time is not correlated to quality. Skill is where you develop quality. And we're going to talk about how to develop that skill in a bit. But essentially, after I worked with Noah with my brand Umero Sports, I found this product. It was a baseball bat chain. There was 2 baseballs, baseball bats that were perpendicular. They formed a chain, and it was a big hit with Christian athletes, especially the baseball players. I was able to scale that to about 30,000 in the first month, then 60,000, then 90,000. And essentially at the end of that first year working with Noah, I did about $300,000 in revenue, about 50K in profit. I kept working with that brand for the next 2 years. So I spent 3 years on that brand, and I sold it for about $70,000. I had a brand that also was a Christian sports brand who bought me out. They wanted my list of customers. I had about 15,000 customers at the time, and they paid me a nice little fat check. And I was like, damn, I'm still a teenager. I feel pretty good. I'm balling out here. Look at this. All my friends are going to college. They're being brokies. They're just partying their lives away. And I'm out here making real money. This is amazing. And it's all because I decided to invest into myself, to learn from the right people, to get the perspective and really change my life and who I wanted to be. Now, I want to talk about what that process is going to be for you, because each one of you guys is different. And I want to really discuss and break down, why are you not successful yet? And it's a great question. And that could be for a variety of different reasons. You all know where your time is going. Right now, I give you credit. I give you kudos. It's a weekend. It's a Saturday. And you're not out partying. You're not out drinking. You're not out hitting on the tortas at the bar at 2 in the morning. Or maybe you are and you're a little hungover and you're watching this, which, again, I'll give you a little bit of credit. But you know what's holding you back. You know the decisions that you are making that are reaffirming this identity of not being successful. Because everything you do is a vote to who you want to become. If you decide to spend time working out, then that is the identity you want to become. Someone who is greater, someone who is physically fitter. If you are someone that wants to get richer, then you put the right actions behind it. You don't say you want to do something. You don't become a wantrepreneur, because so many people have high goals and high desires and the Lambos, the vision boards with all the luxurious shit, but they don't want to put in the work. And if you're not willing to put in the work, then you need to dim and lessen down those goals, my friend. Your dreams need to be put down back into reality if you're not willing to actually put in the sacrifice for it. And that's a hard thing to say. That's a hard thing that nobody wants to accept, but it's the truth. Most of you guys would be better off having lesser dreams because you don't want to put in the real work that you need to become to deserve those things. So the first excuse I usually hear from people is, Ethan, I work a 9 to 5. I'm in school. I do blah, 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 blah. I do not have the time to build a business. And yet, if you looked at your screen time on your phone, I can guarantee you there's most likely 4 or 5 hours right there that you could save. Whether it be YouTube, whether it be Instagram, whether it be TikTok, whether it be the dating apps. Ugh. The Hinge rabbit hole's gotten me a few times. I'm not going to lie to you. I am human as well, but I can guarantee when there are seasons when you are building, you need to cut the shit if you really want to get motion. An object in motion stays in motion, but to build the inertia is usually the hard part. Being in motion and staying in motion is not the hard part. It's creating that motion. So for you, in order to do that, you need to eliminate every single thing that is causing this inertia to be so hard for you to start in the first place. You need to give friction to the things that are the short-term pleasures in your life. Because if you're so enslaved to your phone, to video games, to women, to partying, to drinking, to gambling, blackjack, whatever it is, you're not going to be able to put in the work, my friend. It's going to be too difficult. This isn't something that's fun to do by any means. The outputs, the results that when you actually have everything right are fun, but the inputs, the process, the systems, you're not going to get turned on by that, I'll tell you that much. But you have to be. You have to love this shit. That's the bare minimum. That's the prerequisite. And if that's not something that you're willing to do, if you're not willing to eat shit, if you're not willing to make money in those first 3 months, 6 months, a year, because I have to sacrifice, I have to build the skills. If you're not willing to do so, don't get started in the first place. This is not for you. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. No business model is. The business model is not the reason why you're not successful. It's you. Tough. Now, I know I'm being a little bit mean, but I really just want you guys to eliminate the excuses and the lies and the false beliefs that you tell yourself. Because you don't have to believe that you're not worthy. You don't have to believe that you don't have the time or you don't have the money. You can make it work. If you don't have the money, save the money. Get a job. Prioritize saving for a little bit so that you can start the business. I don't have the time. Check your phone. Check your hobbies. Cut a few. Sacrifice, and you will have the time. There is no reason why you can't be successful with this. I have 15-year-olds in my program making 15 grand a day. I have my student Wayra. He's 18, making over 20 grand a day. Guys, there are teenagers running laps around you. Teenagers. What is your excuse? And I can tell you your excuse is not valid. So, to wrap up this first video, I just want to say, this is going to be a process. It takes time. But what's the alternative? Because I know for me, if I didn't make this step, if I didn't make the sacrifices, I would still be broke. I would still be hating my life. I would still be addicted to playing video games like FIFA, like Call of Duty, where when I was 16 years old and I had no direction in my life, I would be spending 6 to 8 hours a day, legitimately, after school. That's all I was doing. I was an NPC. I was coasting through life. I had no friends. Is that all you're going to amount to? Because I know for a lot of you, you know you have more potential. You know you can be destined for great things. And it eats at you, the fact that you're not really living through it. And even when you get started with this journey and you get in the right direction, you're going to have resistance. Your friends and family are not going to believe in you. My parents thought I was crazy. They still think I'm crazy. I have a house in the water. I have all the things. And they say, Ethan, you should go to college. They still say, Ethan, you should get a real job. It never ends. And rightfully so. That's what they know. That's their path. They went down the traditional path. Most people are going to do it. They are going to question your decisions. And you do need to be a little bit crazy. An entrepreneur is someone who takes larger than normal risk in an effort to start a business. You cannot be a sane person, rational, and think I should start a business because you know what the odds are. 90% to 95% are going to fail. So you have to think that you are going to make it. That needs to be, again, one of the beginning aspects of this. Otherwise, do not get started. You are going to make sacrifices. You are going to have to lock yourself away for years, potentially. I know when I was 18 to 22, guys, those 4 years, everyone's partying, everyone's living a great life. They're drinking, they're having memories, they're hooking up, they're doing all this stuff. I was a hermit crab in my room. That was the only thing I cared about, was making money. Let me get out of here. Let me be ahead of these people. Sure, they'll have more experiences, but I'll be better off financially and for the rest of my life because I'm sacrificing these years. And sure, it stunted me socially. There's no doubt about that. When I actually decided when I was 23 years old to get back and actually go out and go to the bar and hit on women, I couldn't even talk to women for the first 6 months. I couldn't even look them in the eyes. I was so nervous. I was petrified. But I was able to buy them a drink without worrying about if I had enough money in my bank account. I was able to get the nice clothes, get the watch, you know, the rolly do what the rolly do. Hypnotize these women. And it's really about what do you want to sacrifice at the end of the day? Do you want to sacrifice experiences for a short amount of time so that you can have it for the rest of your life? Or do you want to just coast at your current existence? Where you're awake at night, potentially crying, knowing that you are destined for more, and that the weight of your potential squashed you. That is a sad way to live your life. As the cheerleader watching other people be the star quarterback in their lives. Watching other people be successful instead of you taking action on your life. Instead of you being the main character. So, it's really up to you guys. You have to truly, in a lot of cases, completely despise where you are at and who you are to be able to spark the catalyst to change your life completely. And it's going to require you to cut friends, hobbies, different activities that are holding you back. Doesn't need to be forever, but there are seasons to life. And in this season where you are building and you want to get to my level of achievements, where I've done over 8 figures in e-com sales, where I have bought my dream house, I bought my dream car, I bought all the things I want in my life. At this point, I'm just buying rental properties. I am building wealth for my generation upon generation. If you want to get on that path, if you want to be on that journey, then you need to be sick of where you're at right now and make the sacrifices. So in this challenge, guys, I will be showing you everything you need to know. I will be teaching you the skills, and I will hit 100 grand by the end of this challenge. You will see exactly how I did it. You will see every ad. You will see every product. You will see every website. And it is to show you what is possible, and it is to show you that anybody can do it. When you have the right skills, when you have the right strategies, and you execute at a high level, This business thing truly is not as difficult as you think. So, to give you guys a little bit of homework, because I want all of you to have that freedom. I want you to be able to control your schedule. I want you to say no to the shit you hate and say yes to the shit you love. I want you to not have to worry about checking your bank account before you buy something or before you go to a nice dinner. I want you to have the freedom to help your parents, to help your community, to help people around you, to be that guy, that wing af. And in order to do that, I need you to do this homework, which is, of course, first, watching this video, which you've already done. So congratulations. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Number 2, do the homework. And the homework for this video is I want you to audit your time. I want you to understand where is your time going and what is one bad habit that I can cut. And this week, let's focus on cold turkey, getting rid of that. And we'll talk about it in a future video, how to really go about that process. But I want you to really ask yourself, what is your why? What is your goal? What do you want to achieve? And what are the things that are holding me back? So if you enjoyed, I'll see you in day 2. Beautiful. Alrighty. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So let's do some product research. I know that was really serious. All right. Let's do some product research today. So we need to do a little bit of work. Actually, I'm going to take a quick little tinkle break, and we are going to go find some products with some paid tools today. And I also have to film an intro for that. And for everyone that's watching, 20 minutes or 20 people right now, appreciate you all. If you liked that video, that was the first one. That was the first little lesson. Let me get a 1. Let me see if you guys exist. I don't know if you do. Let me see the comments real quick. On Instagram, Adam said, no, he's just talking in a scripted way. That's hurtful. I feel like I'm doing it in a natural way. So what's an attractive Latina means to Ethan? What an attractive Latina means to Ethan is exactly what Ethan's dropshipping video means to me. God, that means the world. That's more than gold to me. Can you share the playlist? I got you after this. Will you post this live after, sir? It automatically posts by itself. So, yes, it'll be on my YouTube channel. Hi, Mentor. What's going on, GTR? Rafa said, love the haircut. Appreciate it. Bring back the curls for 2026. It's just my natural hair. I just always, like, curl it up. But I got a giant-ass forehead, so I think it's better if I somewhat try to cover that. Will I be posting a full video on this? Well, what you guys just saw, we are going to have the recording, and that will be day 1 of this series. So that is going to be how it works. So, yes. How many hours do you typically spend on dropshipping? Typically 2. About 2 hours a day. I have a few different brands, but you got to keep in mind I already have teams in place that basically run them for me. So at this point, I just really write new ads, do a little bit of media buying. You're teaching us how to do dropshipping? Yes, we are going to, in this stream, find some products. We're about to go, I'm going to log into some tools, and we are going to do exactly that. And get right into things. Adam said, you're so good at talking. I need to learn how you said that. Yeah, I can't memorize a 20-minute script. That's not going to happen. I can memorize, like, bullet points, but no shot. How old are you, man? Looking like 20. I am 24. Usually when I'm at the bar and a girl, guesses my age, she'll always say 27. I always get 27. I'm just like, damn. My skincare routine clearly is not working. Really? 27? I think it's usually because every girl I hit on at the bar is always older than me. And it's not like an intentional choice. They just always tend to be like a year or two older. It's like 25, 26. Every single time. So girls just naturally will always guess an age older than what they are. So when a girl is like, oh yeah, you're 27, I'm like, oh, she's older than me. Fuck. This is going to be tough. I'm going to get shit. I always fall in love with girls that are like 25. At least I'm like the anti-Leonardo DiCaprio. Where's the buffalo jacket? It's in my closet. I'm already sweating on the fact that I'm like having to record live. And if one slip up can end my entire career if I just say the N-word. So I don't think I put on the buffalo jacket right now. One lifetime lesson on meta ads. That will be in a future live stream. We'll talk about meta ads. Any copywriting books you recommend? I would say most the general marketing books I have do have a lot of copywriting principles in them. Like the best way I find to learn copywriting is just to obviously study what the best brands are doing. So I have Atria, and with Atria, you can save landing pages, ads, and that's usually where you're going to really get that frame of reference of what's already sticking for a lot of people. So for instance, a lot of brands that I study will be like Snow, it'll be like the Tribello people, it'll be the healthcare magazine brand. You look at AG1, you look at Trigoli, these are the biggest brands. They do a lot of direct response principles. Any brand that's doing advertorials, listicles, along with like VFL style ads is always going to be really, really like golden nuggets for you when you're developing your copywriting. But in terms of books, in my wall, I love Dan Kennedy books. Dan Kennedy's like my OG copywriter guy that I absolutely love. He is on the money. Any of his books, Magnetic Marketing is a solid book that I'm looking at right now. How to Sell by Sabri Subi, another great book on writing copy and just direct response marketing. Because at the end of the day, you're just trying to learn direct response marketing. That's all dropshipping is at the end of the day. So for you, really it's just about, if you want to learn direct response copy, like Stephen Georgie's really good, Dan Kennedy's really good, Russell Brunson's great. So any of those guys, really solid. We'll do one more comment and then we'll get into finding products with paid tools. When you drop the Notion resources in your school course, we do have resources, but that specific Notion resources for my one-on-one students. So if you do want access to the Notion resources, that's my one-on-one program. So you can just DM me, book a call with my team, and we can get you access to that and a lot of the other amazing deliverables and things that we have for our students to really accelerate things. So those are for people that are a bit more serious and really want to get results as fast as possible. That's like my entire blue book. But the school community has a lot of great resources to help you get that first winning product. That's essentially what it's for. Ethan, who want to learn this shit, just follow other person. It's going to be more difficult when you follow too many YouTubers for learning. I completely agree. That's a great point. I've made that in a lot of my raw videos, that you should really just stick to one person that you personally like, that you resonate with their message, you resonate with the way that they do things. And yeah, when you have conflicting information from multiple different dropshippers, there's nothing that is going to just curve and hinder your process of learning, because you're trying to master 5 different ways of doing one thing. It's just like, no, just get one at one. Get good at one. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick little tinkle, and we're going to do some research with paid ads or paid tools. Appreciate you all for hopping on this first live stream, by the way. Alrighty, gang. Let's get cooking. Let's get some new music, by the way. And let's get a new recording going on, because we are going to be finding some products. Yippee, yippee, hooray! Yay! All right. Let's do this. Okay. Let's get cooking. So, real quick, I just need to film the intro part, and then we're going to do research with PP ads and calorie data. I'm going to show you my exact filters that I love. We are going to find some products live in front of you. Let me actually open up my product sheet, and we will get cooking. Again, appreciate you all for hopping on the first live stream. We're going to be doing this every single day at 1:30. Now that I figured out actually how to start the live stream, I know that took me a bit of time, so I appreciate all your patience with that. All right, let's film an intro. This is going to be, I kind of have to remember, the one thing when you're filming intros, I have to actually remember it. And like, it's like a good 30 seconds to 45 seconds of script, which is not the easiest thing in the world. In order to, you need the right price. Looking for Wi-Fi price. All right, well, we really have, if I fuck it up, we'll just try it again, honestly. In order, let me see, where's my, oh, I don't have my money spread. Oh, wait, I do. Money, money, money. In order to have bountiful riches, ROASes, and babes that you acquire from your dropshipping store that's scaling, you need to find the right product that checks all of the boxes. But for most people, they just scroll on random tools looking for products that have that wow factor effect, which, let's be honest, nobody even knows what that really means. But after scaling 6 different winning products last year, I found that there are 5... What? I fucked it up. Oh, my bad. And after scaling 6 different winning products last year to over 100 grand a month, I realized there were a few tools. Okay. I apologize for those watching the live stream. We are going to get into it. It usually takes me like 2 takes of this. So, we good. I'm gonna get this right. In order to have bountiful riches, ROAS, and In order to have bountiful riches, ROASes, and babes that you acquire from scaling your dropshipping store, you need to find the product that checks all of the boxes. But unfortunately, for most dropshippers, they just scroll around random product research tools looking for products that have wow factor, which nobody really even knows what that means in the first place. It's way too subjective. But after scaling 6 different winning products last year to over 100 grand a month, I found that there was a specific set of filters and tools that help me eliminate 95% of products that are just going to waste your time and money and help you find the products that truly have scaling potential. So today, I'm going to show you those exact tools, my favorite filters, and we're going to find some winning products live in front of your eyes. Beautiful. All right, let's get into it. Appreciate you all bearing with me there. Wasn't perfect by any means, but you know, it'll be good enough since we're doing this live. So our first tool today is going to be PP ads. PP ads, yay, yippee. All right, so let me just get my filters in and we'll go right into everything. So it's gonna be the ad spy. Let me go into it. So can you guys see my screen, by the way? Can you see this? Let me get some ones. And in the meantime, while you guys do that, I'm just gonna check the YouTube, so you guys should be able to see my YouTube stuff. So how do you find the framework that work? Frameworks don't really matter. It's more about finding angles when you're testing products, and that comes from doing your manual research. And we'll talk about how to do that in a future live stream. How much does your mentorship cost and how long does it take? It is a 4-figure investment, and it depends on what plan you take. And usually for most people, they get results within 2 to 3 months. That's usually the realistic timeline. So keep that in mind. But real quick, let me get some ones. And if you are interested in joining my 101 program, there is a link in my Instagram bio. There's a link in every YouTube description. So would love to potentially see if we are a good fit to work together. So, all right. I think we are good. I think you guys can see my screen. Looks like you can. Let me just double check on Instagram. I think it's changed. Let me just double check. Yeah, beautiful. Awesome. Okay, so David said 1. All right, so we're going to get into it. So we are going to hop onto PP ads, and we are going to do some filters here. So we're going to do Shopify. Typically, last 30 days is what I like to do. We're going to do our America, Germany is usually a good one. Canada, UK, also good. Sometimes you'll throw in Australia in there with a landing link. And then impressions, I usually do for this specific filter set. Okay. Let's give it a second. Alrighty, so our first tool today is going to be peep ads. Now, there are two specific filters I really like to do, and the first one is looking for products that are already proven and are scaling. So as you can see right here, we are doing Shopify as the category. We're doing last 30 days is when the ad was created with a landing link, shop now. So just copy these filters, and as you scroll on down, I will tell you my specific criteria, but I typically am looking for problem-solving products. I want products that solve health issues, beauty issues. So we have this razor right here. This would immediately be something that catches my eye, and let's just take a look if this is a real brand, and kind of looks like it is. But is this a product that we could source? We're scrolling on down. This looks very dropshipping-esque, and yes, I think this would definitely be something that I'd personally be interested in if it has some unique selling points compared to traditional razors. So that would be my one concern, because there's a lot of products like that. Okay, so we'll cut there, and then let's see if we actually find anything interesting today. Let's take a look at this. That is interesting. So we got a little baby product here, which not typically my favorite niche if the products are lower quality. Usually a lot of these products are plastic and kind of cheap. So if we look at this, what exactly is the unique selling point? So it's just hearing your baby's heartbeat. All right, so the main thing is you hear your baby's heartbeat. Is that worth 54 bucks? I'd have to see obviously what the sales demand is, because these guys obviously look like they put in some decent amount of effort. They obviously have an ad that's done pretty well. So will be something that I would definitely note down. Let's take a look. Is there anything else? We're going to be on this first filter probably for like 10-15 minutes, because I really want to find something that does it for me.
I'm 60, but my hair makes me look like I'm 30. The best way to grow your hair is not by using serums, growth shampoos, or some crazy miracle medication. Here's the truth hidden behind.
This definitely is a dropshipping store. Yeah, they get the little Nana Banana Pro AI acrylic. So they did put their branding on it, but this is most likely a product that you can find. Yeah, this one definitely is a dropshipping product. I've seen that one. Is this their product page, really? Yeah, it is. I'll give them credit. It looks like they actually did build a little bit of brand here. Interesting product page. This is something I'm going to save. Let's create a new collection. Challenge. Okay, so let's do us filming, kind of discovering this. So this product definitely caught my eye here. It is a problem solver. It's in the beauty niche, and specifically it's for hair loss for a very specific demographic. It's for African American women, which, hey, we love our black queens over here. And as we can see, it basically is this set, and it's going for about $84. So the margin is there. There's definitely demand. These guys have branded it. They've built something legit. So does it match a lot of my criteria? I would definitely say so. Yeah. 6-minute ad. Oh my god. Yeah, then they definitely have validated that product. You're not making a 6-minute ad when you're testing. That's a little too generic of a product. Okay, let's see. What sticks? I say we'll give it like till 3 p.m. EST with this method. Well, guys, I think la-dee-da, jackpot. I just found the best winning product of them all. Hub, hubba, hubba. Cartoon eyes. Ah, woo, gah. All right, let's see. Let's be serious.
I had to redo my daughter's hair in the front.
What a lovely voice. Okay, so it's branded, but it's built on what looks like a kind of prestige Dawn ripoff. Yeah, these guys are not a real brand. My one issue would just be this a little bit saturated. Yeah. A little too saturated for my liking. Foxy Bay is a legit brand. They've been around for a minute from what I remember. Yeah, they got a branded little 5-in-1. Obviously, this is like the dupe products on the that other brand. I'm kind of blanking on it. Yeah, I don't want to sell dupe products because that's just not great scaling potential. But it is a winner. I know there was one e-com chick that was scaling the crap out of that product. It was very seasonal for her. It was like always Q4. She would be scaling the crap out of that. I think it was Nazarati was her name. It was like Maserati, but with an N. Nazarati. She was an old school dropshipping YouTuber. I wonder what she's up to. I think she's in like Austin now. Alright, see. Come on, give me something, mate. Give me something. Aye, bruv. Let's have it then. Can I get a pint of Stella for this naughty fella? Hey. We had the shop now, call to actions, so these are all e-commerce products. The problem with PP ads for me usually is just that it's so clothing. So many clothing products. And I'm not really the clothing guy. What is with this croissant? Is that all the ads we have? I was about to say. That would be crazy. A lot of hair products today. A little too saturated for my liking. This could be interesting. Hair Botox. Let's take a look at these two.
Hair Botox is insane. Hair Botox anymore.
They're calling this gloss Botox for your hair. It's something new every day. Well, this spot could use a refresh, so let's try it. Wash and condition your hair.
That's some crazy lip filler. Is it a legit brand? I mean, they built on a very basic theme, but they did get custom content. Yeah, they got the custom branding. This could be one of those things where I'm gonna save this product. This was the one that I really like. It's like hair growth oil. That one I found interesting. We'll definitely do some digging into it. This one I thought was a little saturated. Let's take a look at this bra. Oh, these guys are actually legit. Okay. I'll avoid that then. Wow, this is one of the ugliest websites I've ever seen. Which makes me think it's actually a legit brand. It's interesting how that psychology works. Kind of a meh product for me though. I could be an idiot and that could be a good winner because boring products definitely can work. Anti-flat butt technology, that's crazy. I don't really sell clothing products like that. Come on, PP ad, show me something, mate. Show me something. Hey Shape's obviously a huge brand. Nah. It's a mouse pad. That's like $5. Okay, so we said we'd give this like 7 more minutes with this method. We'll see. We'll probably go to the next filter if we don't say anything in the next few minutes. It's a little barren, but that's just kind of how product research is. We're going to find something. Mm-hmm. 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 My pickle has been tickled. All right, so after doing a little bit of digging, we found this beauty product that's really interesting. So essentially, this is a concealer. It helps with any raccoon, under eye bag. So I love these types of products, beauty for females, obviously. Women do be shopping, and they built a really nice brand around this. I'm sure we could source this for also about maybe $5 or selling it for $35, so the margin is there. So this is definitely something up my wheelhouse. Beautiful. Let's save this one. Save the, we'll have to put that in the notes. We'll just put that in the team link for now, and then let's grab the add link. We'll just grab, sorry, see product. Where's the fucking ad library thing? I guess we'll just save it normally. I know you all are going to steal my products anyways. That's usually the one kind of reservation I have with these challenges is like if I share the products, you guys are going to be a little swipe or no swipings. But that's an interesting product. I like that type of product.
I can literally feel this tightening my under eye as I'm applying it. Look at the difference.
I can literally feel this tightening up my under eye as we speak. What an accent. Okay, these guys are dropshippers. My God. It's another interesting product, though. I do like these types of products. Are they in the like same vein? Yes, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. You test a few different solutions for the same problem. So yeah, let me just play a quick clip. So dull rating skin. So again, so yeah, it's a. So we'll do like a quick thing for the video. And finally, we found another product here that also helps with very similar problems. So it is the under eye bags. It's helping with the fine line. So it's a different solution. So we may want to just compare, okay, which solution do we feel like has the margin and just fits our criteria better? But overall, we're finding some decent products with this method. Awesome. Let's just save that as well. We are going to do that. We are going to save you as well. And what is this? Calcium volume bomb. Okay, so that was our first filter set. So obviously I could keep scrolling, but I want to show you guys another filter. And I'll do some little like product research off camera anyways. Now my other filter set, I want to find newer products that haven't yet been really, let me do it one more time. And then my other filter set is just finding newer winning products. So these are ones that haven't really scaled and taken off yet. So you can piggyback off them before they really take off. So for the filters, all I'm doing is that impressions instead of minimum 50,000, I am just doing 5,000 with a max of 20,000. And then specifically when it comes to the start date, I usually am going to do last 7 days instead. Okay, let's see what we find. The coffee mug.
Morning. Once you lay on this, every other girl will.
All right, so the first product we have here, orthopedic pillow. This is definitely a winning product. It solves a key issue for usually the side sleeper type of audience. So it's got the unique selling points. It's got the margins. It's got the sales validation. So again, this is a product that we can definitely build a brand around. Yeah, this is something that would be interesting. Let me watch the video. Like honestly, this would be something I would buy for myself. Put that there. Grab you as well. Home decor is a good niche. I do like the home decor niche, but I don't know if that one would be the one I get. What the hell? Oh, it's just a fishing rod holder set. That's niche, I'll tell you that. It's very niched. Oh, so these guys are actually a legit brand. Alright, we'll avoid that for now. Yeah, these guys are just selling the most saturated curling products ever. Okay. Gym Frog is the name of the brand. Oh, it's a Pilates board. Usually with products like that, they're just so expensive, so I avoid them. This guy's a legit brand? Kind of looks like it. Yeah, they are. Alright, we'll avoid that then. I'm just going to try to find one more product with this method, and we'll just see.
Moms are obsessed with this air purifier, and after getting one, I totally get it. I barely have to dust anymore. The habit.
Are these dropshippers? Yeah, it's a little too high ticket for me. Hubba hubba. Now that's a product I would buy any day of the week. Alright, let's see. Dream Nursery. Dream Nursery. What products? What products are we talking though? What products are we talking? Honestly, I know this is expensive, but these are also nursery. That's something I'm going to write down. Nursery, crib. Because I had a mentor of mine who specifically sold nursery sets because they were so high ticket and niche that most dropshippers would just never touch them. So nursery sets / crib. That's just an idea. I'm not going to save their specific one. But that could be an interesting one. Because, yeah, that's just so little competition. Most people just don't sell that stuff. And obviously, there's a huge demand. That's such a good lesson. Let me do that for the video. Sorry, yes, I'm repeating myself here. All right, so we found another interesting product here, which was a nursery set. And this is not necessarily the type of product I sell just because it's a little bit more higher ticket. As you can see here, it's over $500. But if you do see a product that's interesting, you can always potentially go on AliExpress, go to your private supplier, and get quotes for other versions that might be more in your price range. So just keep in mind, you're getting ideas for products. You don't have to find the exact product from these ads. Find something similar that solves the problem and the demand that your customers want. Yeah, because that's really the big thing. You're just finding product ideas. So that's a good product idea. All right, so let's do the other filter with PP ads. Where's Germany? Do 200,000. And then the other section of PP ads I use a lot is their ad product section. So I personally put in these filters where you're, what is the date? It's the last 30 days? 90 days? Okay, wait, 90 days. All right, we'll do it more time. And then the other section I love on PP ads is the ad product section, where I do the last 90 days, any product that has over 200,000 impressions and is selling for at least $20. And of course, this is going to be to our big 4 countries. So let's scroll down and see what we see. Yeah, the little dupe there. They got the skin tag remover product. I'm sure you guys have seen that one. That one's pretty popular. Let me just get rid of a few tabs. That's an interesting one. A lot of saturated products so far. Like, this one's a winner, but quite saturated. This one's a winner. This one's a winner, but I'm not a big security fan. So, again, that's just something you kind of pick up with time. You develop that eye. Marty said Freedom Jack. I have still not seen that movie. I want to see it so bad. Yeah, the life-saving device, that's a winner for sure. Look at that, they got a little DJI dupe. I wonder if that product even works. There are some winners here. I'm just really picky. Oh my god, we can get crab legs? What a deal! Only for $40? That's a winning product if I ever saw one. Dude, we can have premium extra large crab legs for $40. I mean, look at that thing. We could sell for $99.99. We could make a killing. I mean, dropshipping food might be the new meta. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We got fake designer. Just for the sake of it, I do kind of want to do, and it makes sense because on PP ads you are going to see a lot of clothing products. So I actually do sometimes sell when it's going to be a specific type of clothing. So I don't really like shirts. I don't really like pants just because the return rate is much higher. But when it's more form fitting, when it's one size fits all like dresses, then I would say like dresses that are more adjustable, then that's something that I would be content, that are more adjustable and have that eye-catching design, then that's something I'd be interested in selling. We'll do a little cut there. Which one kind of stands out the most? Definitely this one. We got a wig. Is that just a strawberry-like product? Probably. This might be a challenge where we sell a lot more higher ticket products than I thought. I'm not opposed to that. Glucose monitor, that's really niche. I'll tell you that. Now that's the most blue collar mug I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys know that song? That's a great song. My collar's blue, but my neck is red. I've been working like a dog just to keep my family fed. Bigger curves. Don't mind if I do. I gotta get this to my new girl. Christmas special offer, collagen boost. That's interesting. Okay. I think we found some interesting products. I want to see if one more kind of catches my eye. But there was a few in there. There was a few. God. I'll pay $127 just to get her Instagram. Alright, let's see. Come on, give me one more. So kawaii. I've seen a few of my students try to sell this. It just doesn't really work typically. It's not a bad product by any means. Problem solver. It's just a little kind of weird looking. It's kind of hard to scale stuff that looks like that. Got a little wig. Shaniqua looking fly. More crab legs. Height growth supplements. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Guys, we may have a goose egg on finding one more interesting product. I'm seeing just a lot of, yeah, similar. The hair products really just do not do it for me anymore, just because I've seen them over and over and over again. There really isn't much innovation. This one also I've had a few students do well with. Give me one more. Come on. Come on, baby. You know you want to give it to me. Had a student scale the shit out of this. I have one of my students is about to sell something similar to that. Winter gloves. Boy, if you don't just delete your store right now selling seasonal products. That's just noob level dropshipping. Eye bomb stick. That's the product that we just saw, wasn't it? Yeah, we did. We already added that. Yeah, the teeth set product. I've seen that a bunch. Some tortas for sale. $30. I think just for the sake of time, well, let's just review what we found. Okay. First product. So we got a nice little list of products here. So our first one here is skin tag removal, I believe. Yeah, so we got an advertorial. This product is definitely a winner. I've seen it. The one potential issue is just liability with this type of product whenever you're removing these moles and little things. I'd have to do a little bit more digging, but it is a winning product. It has the margin and it's a health product. So again, matches everything I like. We already saw this product from Baby Boo Fashion. So they actually are a legit brand, but you can usually find a lot of their products on AliExpress. We'll leave this one. I like that one more. And then this IPL is just the usual IPL laser hair removal product. Yeah, it's the usual kind of shit. You've already seen a million times. Is the design a little bit different on that one? Yeah, it's just a little. It's too similar. Therabody's a big brand. They've been around, I believe. Yeah. I think it'd be interesting to put my hat in that ring, though. Yeah, this is a more higher ticket product for sure. These LED face masks, they go for so much money. There are a few big brands that are scaling them right now, but this one's a little bit different in terms of design, and I'm sure. I mean, this is something I would want to put my hat in the ring, because just because there's a little bit of saturation doesn't mean you should avoid a product, because there's always going to be some level of saturation, but there's demand, there's margin, and it's really about, can I execute the main marketing angle? Because I'm sure that the brands that are already scaling that product, they know, okay, this is specifically for girls trying to look younger. They're trying to get rid of the fine lines. So if we can do the research and figure out how we can say that even more relatably and better than the original, then that's how we're going to really carve our own path and make a ton of money with a product like that, even if someone else is already scaling it. That's just typically how the process is going to go. So that's a product I'm going to keep. And then this glucose monitor thing, what is going on here? Okay, they are not in business. That is a good sign. We'll probably avoid that because that's a terrible sign, actually. Bigger curves and days. What the hell does that even mean? Oh my God, it's a BBL supplement? She was flat and lifeless, and now she has a BBL. No shot in hell that actually works, but that is a hilarious product. What a scam. God damn. Jesus Christ. Look at this ka-ching offer. It honestly just... There's a thing called option fatigue, and if I ever seen it just living in color, it would be this website right here. I mean, golly, the pink on pink and just 6 different things to choose from. No one's going to be buying on this website. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. What is it? So it's a collagen. So yeah, with an example like that, where I really don't like the website and their offer, I think is interesting, but it's not exactly what I would do. Again, same thing. I'm just going to note down the product idea. So it's a collagen cream for firming. So we would note that down, see if we can find something similar. So we got collagen cream. We'll note that down. It's that one. It's the LED face mask. All right, so that's pretty much everything I want to do with PP ads for now. What was this one again? The skin tag one? Yeah, that's a little, the liability is my kind of issue with it. All right, so we're going to go into Callow data. Callow data, yippee, hooray. All right, you guys still live? We around? Let me see what we're doing comment-wise on YouTube. On Instagram, I know we have a few people. Let's do Instagram first. Calcium Bob is super saturated, but you still go for it regardless. I would do some research into that. It would have to depend on the margins and the sales validation. What were the filters used? Again, got in late. So we were on the product search section, so the ad product section. So specifically, it was 200,000 impressions. Products that have been launched in the last 3 months, big 4 countries. That was the main filter set for the one we just kind of did. Now, going back on YouTube. Yo, Ethan, what's good? What's good? ED. Emblio, I have no idea how to pronounce that. David said, what are the filters used again? So yeah, those are the ones we just said it. When researching products, do you take into account the number of videos you can find on the internet, or are you going to film the ads yourself? Well, you can always test with just image ads, and that's usually a very valid way to test different angles and messages to see what works. So that's never going to be something that deters me. If a product matches my margin rules, it has the sales validation, it is an evergreen product, and we'll talk about the criteria a little bit later on. But if it has everything that I look for, the video content's not something that's going to prevent me. Is PP ads free? So PP ads is $260 a month, I believe, around there. So I know it's very expensive, but sometimes you just got to get your bag up. And that's a good point. Let me actually do this for the video. Now, if you want to start using my filters with PP ads, I understand it costs a pretty penny. It's $260 a month, but you can get access for free when you join my school down below, which is also free for the first 7 days. So make sure you use that. Use all the resources. We have plenty of other tools that you also get access to in there. And it's a great way to build up that product list, even if you're just going to use it for a few days. Beautiful. So yeah, guys, in my school community, I'll drop the link, but we are going to give you guys the login so you can start, again, building a list. So let me actually grab that link for you guys. I believe we need like a share link. Settings. Invite. So yes, you guys get access to this when you join my school, which again, free trial. So go ahead, join it. Nothing to lose. Chill in there. And Damon, I love you so much. Your content is the best on YouTube. Appreciate it. You're gonna live the whole store, like the marketing stuff. Yes, we're gonna show everything. Where do I run my ads, Meta or TikTok? It's usually a combination of both, but I primarily lean Meta. Meta is always gonna be the guarantee. TikTok is really for a specific type of product. All right. Okay, let's do some product research with our other tool of Mr. Callow Data. And I just want to make sure we're kind of following the thing we wanted to do here. So yes, we're going to go Callow Data, and then we are going to do a little bit of validation. All right, so let me put in my filters. Usually start like 90K to like 355. We'll just do something like that. Item sold doesn't really matter to me. The revenue source does. I want video ads. Average unit price 20 to 100. Launch date's not something I'm super worried about. Now the next tool I love. Now the next tool that is my personal favorite has to be Callow Data. So if you go to the product section here, you put in these filters of at least products that are doing 90K in revenue. Typically you want that video source to be from video ads and not live, and then average unit price of $20 to $100. This is a great example filter set. So again, you can play around. I just typically want the revenue to at least be that 30K mark. That's usually enough for me to know, okay, well, there's clearly sales validation. And as we scroll on down, the big thing to note is that when you look at the product titles, that's a really good dead giveaway if it's a dropshipping product or an actual brand. So typically what you're going to see is that they'll have the brand name in the product title like Euro does here with this supplement. But then as we scroll on down, let's see here. So knee massager, these are just the general keywords of the product. So it's very clear that this is a dropshipping product that we could potentially sell. And we're actually going to open that up. I know it's a little bit like generic, but we're just going to take a look at it. Alrighty, let's take a gander. What do we got today, lads? What do we got today? Let's see. Let's find me Davy Jones' locker. I want to find me something interesting, lad. Problem is, I have seen every product 5 million gajillion times. So it's like really got to be something interesting to catch my eye. That's interesting. I do like Go Pure has so many good prog dupes, so it's like, yeah, those are interesting for sure. Hormonal acne supplements a little risque for me. I saw a dude making a video about that the other day. That's funny. We'll go through all, I mean, it's not going to let us go through 20 pages. Usually it's 10 pages, and then it says, oh, you reached 500 products. You need a blah, 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 blah. Microingredients is quite tapped for me. That's interesting. Give me a good health problem solver or beauty problem solver that I haven't already seen 5 gajillion times. This rings a bell. If you guys don't know, that was one of my first products I scaled on TikTok. I did $200 in ads the first day, and I made back $2,000. I had a 10x return on ad spend just because TikTok back then, about I believe 4 years ago, the CPMs were just so cheap. I was getting like cost per clicks of 10 cents, and the average person would spend $1 on my website, which yeah, it's a 10x. Those were the good old days. Good old days. A red light therapy device, that looks a little bit too expensive for what they're charging. Come on, give me something that sticks. Come on, lads. It's kind of a dry spell right here. This reminds me of... Usually I have like 3 to 6 month dry spells with women. I'm actually intentionally trying to be celibate all of 2026. I do not want to speak to a single woman. Just lock in, and I want to buy 5 investment properties. So I'm just like, this is a full lock in, grind, hermit mode. Don't want to drink, don't want to party, don't want to even speak or look in the direction of a woman. It's all distractions. Why do you need to do any of that stuff? You need to find a distraction from your life because you hate it so much? I'll probably be like in 3 months back on the prowl for like a day, and then be like, all right, time to go back to the lab, time to go back to the bat cave. I've had my fun. I think 2025 was probably my most lustful year. I was slinging dick a little too much. A little too much for my liking. Hey, there's a red light therapy mask. Golly, there's nothing that is catching my eye. But yeah, especially spring break, because I live in Fort Lauderdale, which is like the spring break capital of the world. So every single college comes down here to party. That month, oh my God. Like, I usually go out on Friday nights. I went out 4 to 5 days every single week of March. I think I went out 25 days. I don't think there was a day I wasn't either drunk or recovering from a hangover. It was that bad. Because one of my friends is a bartender at like one of the most popular bars that everyone goes to. So I'd like visit him, and then my other boy's an alcoholic. So it's like the perfect combination. Boy, oh boy, there was a lot of memories from that. And the problem is it's about to be spring break again. So like some of the girls that I got with during that time are coming back here, and they're texting me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, God doesn't want me to be talking to you right now. God wants me to be pure. Oh, don't log me out. All right, I'm gonna log back in real quick. I'm gonna have to swap scenes because I think one of you guys is trying to. I don't think we gave away this login, but let me just grab this real quick. Okay, let's go back. Did he give me another code? Boop. That's the code you gave me, Calodata. You fucking fuckers. Okay. We'll go with that code then. Alright. That's so annoying how Calodata does that all the time. Like literally all the time. It like logs me out for no reason. So stupid. And then like forgets the tab. So stupid. Calodata, like you gotta fix your shit. Okay, so let's just review the products that we found so far. Let's do that. So with those filters, I found a few interesting products that are all problem solvers for a very niche audience. So the first one here, we got this welding kit, which I know sounds a little bit boring, but I love me some boring products where, again, it's got the margins, it solves a very specific niche problem. So if I could get a good quote for it, then that's definitely something that I want to sell. 100%. The Go Pure Tightening Cream. Well, we'll just show me reviewing this other one. What is this? Is this the, like, red light? Oh, they're really mainly doing so Spanish. Bro, this girl's killing it. She's been on multiple ads that we've seen. And then we found this microcurrent facial device. So again, it's for that very insecure market of women that are just terrified of aging beyond belief, that they'll do anything to clasp onto that beauty that they have. Let me try that one more time, guys. I think that would be pretty funny for the video. Then I also found this microcurrent facial beauty. Then I also found this microcurrent facial device, which essentially just helps these old, aging lizard women hang on to the little bit of youth that they still have, that they're clinging on to. So again, great problem-solving product for women with an insecurity. I mean, that just sounds like it has money written all over it. So it's got the sales validation, and it's actually really got good reviews, 4.6 out of 5. So this is something I'm definitely adding. 100% we're adding this one. I know it's a little saturated, but like, come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people! Come on! What? Sue me! I like to make money on people's insecurities. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? And then that was like a belly tightening cream. I hate when it like goes full screen for no reason. I do not want to be full screen. And then the welding product is also interesting. My camera's about to die, so we'll do one more filter set with PP ads, or sorry, with Calodata. And then we'll go kind of do a little bit of criteria work. I'm like talking about another criteria. So let's do... I'm just curious how many products are actually available in these criteria, because usually when I do this one, it's not too many. Yeah, that's the thing. Is there going to be anything interesting with this set? Probably not. We'll just make a quick note for this video. It's either gonna be Raphael or Muhammad in this. So just keep in mind when you're using a tool like Calidata, I would play around with the revenue number just so you can see different lists of products, because again, you don't want to just directly copy from a video because that's what everyone is going to do that has half a brain. Okay, beautiful. All right, so we found some products, guys. I mean, we found how many products? About like 7 or 8? About 6 or 7? If I could count. And this is just through the paid tools. We're going to go also do some free tools. So what we need to do, let's just kind of take a quick little pause on the video. And we're going to go do like a little bit of a source. Actually, we don't need it. We can just like source it real quick. So let's find one of these products on like an AliExpress real quick. And we'll go through our final stage of the video, which is going to be yeah, vetting it if it matches the criteria. So let's get that open. I need to save an image of. And then we are going to upload you. Bada bing, bada boom. Abracadabra. Shazam. There she is. About $16 there, but there's no way that is the legit price. 7 bullshit. So it's like 40 bucks. We don't need the exact version, but we need to get like a general range so that we know what we're going to get quoted from. So it's got this button, these 2 buttons. And then, so this one, these are like 2 pretty direct ones. Okay. I mean, we'll just say that this isn't realistic because it's like the discount or whatever. Okay, beautiful. So now let's go to our final step of actually validating which products match the criteria. So for me personally, I have this product research spreadsheet that I will give to all of you guys in the link in the description. You're welcome, by the way. And essentially, my rules first start with margin. So I always want to be selling a product for at least 3 times more than I'm sourcing it for. So typically, an example would be if I'm selling a product for $50, then I need to be sourcing it for around $15 or less. So 3x less. Let me actually do it the other way around because the math, like most people are going to be stupid and they don't know how to do that. Okay. I apologize for people watching the live stream. Sometimes I just got to say points multiple times just because you know how people are. All right, so let's get to our... All right, so now we have a list of products. Let's get into the criteria that I use to evaluate which products I would sell versus which ones I would never toss with. Oh, fuck, I fucked it up. All right, so now that we have our list of products, let's go over the criteria that I personally use to evaluate which products I actually want to sell. So if we're doing it for our facial device, the first thing is our COGS. So how do you actually know what you're realistically going to get the quote for? Well, I grab an image from Calidata, like right here. And then if you go to the image search on AliExpress, typically the prices you're going to see on AliExpress are pretty comparable to what you're going to get from a Commersive or a Zen Drop, which we'll talk about in another video when we're really getting into the quotes and the nitty gritty. But as you can see right here, they have these sales, which it says $7, but it's not really that realistic, but it seems the normal price is around 40 bucks. So knowing that it's 40 bucks, I need to realistically be selling this product for at least 3 times more. That is my first rule. So can I sell this for around $120? Well, our competitor was already selling it for about $100, so that's within the range. And then let's look it up. Facial, red light facial device. But typically the more bona fide way of actually telling what's the range for this type of product is going on Google Shopping, looking up the keywords, and then just seeing what are the average price points for solutions to this product category. So we have $300, $40, there's definitely a wide range, $200, and we want to find something that is similar to the product that we're already selling. So obviously the masks are kind of similar, but I would say these wands also as well. So I would say the range is around that 75 to 150. So can we sell this product for 120? I would definitely say we're within our rights. Beautiful. So we'll say 120. And then the other rule when it comes to margin is it needs to be at least a $25 margin. So obviously, if I find a product for $5 and I sell it for 15, sure, that's a 3x, but I'm not getting that $25 margin. And the reason why I have that rule is because typically when you're running paid ads, you're not going to get cost per purchases below $20 at scale, definitely. So I always want to have at least both of those criteria met for margin. Now, as we scroll on down, this product research spreadsheet, I will give to you guys completely for free in the link in the description. You are welcome, by the way. But the next thing is return rate. You do not want to sell products where the reviews are pretty low because you're going to deal with a lot of returns that eat into your profit. So the way I tell if a product actually works and it delivers the results is I usually will hop on Amazon and then see if the reviews are at least 4.2, 4.3 or above. So let's actually do that real quick. I want to find the exact keyword. So all-in-one, 3-in-1 facial beauty device. Let's look that up. This one's very similar. Oh, wait, no, it's not that one. Where's the one? This one. Yeah, that's basically the same thing, to be honest. Yeah. And as we can see right here, they have 600 plus. And as we can see on Amazon, the reviews are 4.4 and above. So for me, that is a good sign that the return rate is not going to be too high with a product like this. Beautiful. And let's grab that link. Am I not logged into Helium 10 right now? I can't give my way my login. I apologize. Whatever, we'll do it another way. Actually, let me cut to my face cam. We're gonna log into Helium 10 real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Beautiful. My camera's on 1%. Let me end the video real quick. And we'll do a part 2 on that. In the meantime, while we wait for Helium 10, let's see what you guys are chatting about. I want to see if my multi-chat's working. Is it working? Doesn't look like it. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out as we go, you know. Only way to figure out how to get good at something is you got to put in the reps. Let's see. How are we looking on Instagram? What points should a winning product have? Yeah, we were in the middle of that. So we'll cover the rest of the criteria in a bit. Let me see. How are we doing on YouTube? YouTube people. I can see your comments. It's just not showing up on screen, unfortunately. I'll try to fix that in the next stream. What do you guys got anything for me? What app do you think is good for shipping? AutoDS, CJ. I love CJ. I love Commercive, Zendrop. Those are all great options for getting good quotes and fast shipping times as well. So those are all great options. Jacob said, hey, Ethan. What's up, Jacob? Cream said, do you need a closer or someone that manages lead flow? No, I do not. Not at the moment. How do I reduce my CPM? Mine's at $200, $300. That's typically go broader when you are setting up your ad set settings. So do big 4 countries. Obviously, if you do worldwide, that's going to lower your CPM to like $5. But big 4 countries is typically what I'm going to do. No interest, automatic placements. So give Facebook all the tools it has available to it. And then obviously you have to test a good amount of ads. If you're just testing 1 or 2 ads, you will have high CPMs. If you're testing with at least 10 plus ads, usually there's going to be a variance in your CPMs. Some will be higher, some will be lower. But at the end of the fucking day, it doesn't matter what your CPMs are. What matters is you're profitable. And if you're not profitable, that's always an indication that your ad is just not good enough. So you have to make better ads. You have to dial in your messaging more. You have to maybe test a different message from what you were already doing. Potentially try a different avatar. That's what you need to really focus on. It's always an ad problem. How do you decide when writing your visual scripts what the right footage is for the hook? Let's say it's an extreme problem hook. How do you decide when writing? I don't write a visual script, but in terms of like how do I choose the right visual? I mean, I will first write what is the actual hook itself, and then I try to figure out, yes, what is the clip that matches that and shows whatever I'm saying the best and the most visual to hook someone's attention. So if I am describing a problem, then I will look up that problem on TikTok. I will look up on YouTube and try to find the best footage for it. That's typically where you're going to get the best clips. So that's what I would be leaning on. Give me one sec. I need to change the battery out of my camera. Okay. But yeah, it's essentially, it's a process. Like you have to source the right clips from the right resources. So YouTube, TikTok, both solid spots where you just look up different versions of keywords that someone described your problem with. So again, if you're selling a product for wrinkly skin, obviously you would look up wrinkly skin, but you would look up other similar keywords. So that way you get different videos that are populating to you. And then you just obviously download the one that is best. And obviously in ads as well, like ads from your competitors, I'm sure they have good clips that you can also take from and use as your hook. So that's typically how we're going to be doing it. Now I just want to do a quick little look on my end just to make sure the live stream is still going good. Let me just double check. Okay, we'll give it a second. How do you speed up scripts without it being trash? I already use Claude AI, but it takes so long. How do I speed up writing scripts? I mean, that's again where it's nice to have frameworks. So when I write scripts, it's heavily done with research in mind, the manual research. So understanding who my customer truly is, what are the benefits they're saying, what are their desires, what are the problems that they're saying over and over again when I'm reading reviews on Amazon, through Reddit, through TikTok, through videos of people reviewing the product. So after that, I will plan out what are the angles I want to hit, what are the messages. And then usually the writing part is I choose a framework, and inside my Notion for my one-on-one program, we have all these different frameworks where we have outlines for how the script should go and how you can write it in different ways. So that makes it easier. So as you can see for problem solution, we have hook, problem, then solution, product demo. And then in Claude, we give it the example script so we can write it in this style. And it really gives you a solid template if you train Claude the right way. We have some amazing prompts inside the one-on-one program in school, which if you use those, you can train it the right way. It gets you 70 to 80% of the way there. And then really at that point, you should just be tweaking the lines, using the research, using the manual research that you got in that frame of reference of, okay, these are the benefits that I know I need to say in this specific angle. These are the problems that I need to be saying. And this is the specific relatable way that they say it, because you got to keep in mind with tools like Claude, yeah, they'll get you 70% of the way there, but usually what they're missing is that relatability. They're missing that really specific way of describing that pain or that desire in a human way, in like a funny kind of cheeky way. So it comes from the way you speed up writing scripts is you just do a lot of research and then you train Claude with the right prompts. So that's essentially how I do it. But it's not really a contest for me about speeding it up. When comparing your AliExpress supplier link to your Shopify link, do they need to be the same exact item and solve these same exact problems, or can they be close? I mean, realistically, they should be the exact same product, yes, because what you're selling on Shopify is, and what you're, selling should be the same product. That should be what you're shipping to people. So it should be the same product, yes. I don't know if you could explain that in a different way, because you may be saying it in a way that I'm just not interpreting. Because you could also mean like, hey, when you find a product through this research, do you have to sell the exact same product? And I would say, no, you don't have to. You can find a different version of that product. But obviously, once you settle on a version of that product, get it sourced, put it on your website, and that should be the same product. Like whatever you're deciding to choose to sell should be the exact same product that is on your website. Products that are not a solution to a problem but add a lot to the garden and home and things like that with before and after pictures can also work. Yeah, I like home decor. I have no problem with home decor at all. Does each framework get one emotional angle, and how would that look like? So how I think of products is that there is one, your avatar, so it's the specific audience you're talking to. Then there is angles, which is the message. So an angle for me is what is the problem and what is the desire that make up that message. Then you choose a framework to illustrate said angle. So each angle gets its own framework, or you could have multiple angles that each use the same framework. So for instance, a framework is just how you organize the words, the script, and the clips of your ad. So I could do problem solution, and it could be angle 1 used as a problem solution ad. I could do another angle, so angle 2 also as a problem solution ad. So the framework is problem solution, but they're each different because they're different messages altogether. They're different angles. So again, angle and framework are 2 different things to me. That's how I like to separate it. So the angle is the message. The framework is just the way you're presenting the message. So that's why frameworks to me really don't matter too much, because it's never going to be the thing that makes your ad fail, the framework you choose. It's the message not having the right one. That's really what it is at the end of the day. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So let's finish our criteria part of the video, and then we're going to do a little bit of free product research. So product research with free tools. And then we're going to call it a day. Okay, let's finish our little paid ad video here. So I think where we left off was the margin part and then the return rate part. And then as we scroll on our spreadsheet, as you can see right here, we have the rest of the criteria. So appeals to impulse purchasers usually just means, is it a visual product where you can see the transformation, which for our product with fine lines, with wrinkles, you can definitely see it. Content, this is something I'm a little bit more lenient on, because you can always test a product with just image ads, and that's perfectly fine. But in some cases, if it is, again, a more visual explainer type of product like this one, then yes, we want good amount of content. And since we found it on Calidata, yeah, there was tons of videos that we already saw that we can use for clips. And I'm sure if we did some research on TikTok and YouTube, we'd also find that. So that also, we'd find that, cut that. So that checks the box, and then, so that checks the box there. And then for proven sales demand, there's multiple ways you can tell if a product is actually validated in terms of sales. So if we go back to Calidata and we scroll back up here, the revenue was about 300K over the course of a month, which is perfectly fine. Usually for me, my bare minimum is at least 30K a month. And you can also find your product on Amazon. And if you use a tool like Jungle Scout, Helium 10, they'll give you the exact sales data as well. So that's another great tool. And we can see right here, 600 units sold times that by 100, that is around $60,000 a month. Big boy math right there. God, I'm like Jimmy Neutron out here. But that also is another way to validate it. Beautiful. And then an evergreen is pretty obvious. Obviously, is it a seasonal product? Is it something you can only sell during winter or summer? Those products I do tend to avoid, because again, if you're going to put in all the work to find the right angle, to get the right offer and build the brand, and you want to sell it, then obviously you want to make sure it's a brand that can sell year round rather than just a quick little cash grab. So I'm always going for evergreen products. And then the final thing, is it brandable? This product has already been branded. It's not a generic product like selling knives or kitchen sets. So this is something that can be its own brand. Beautiful. All right. Let me just wrap up this video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below, because I drop weekly bangers just like this one. In fact, daily bangers now that teach you everything you need to know to go from a dropshipping noob to an e-com Chad. Beautiful. So that would be the call to action. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about for that paid video? Product research spreadsheet will be in the link in the description for it. I think we're good. And if any of you guys watching this live stream, I'm going to give you guys access to this. So I think we have a duplicate version that's in the school community, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to drop this in the school community, guys, so you guys can just join real quick and get a version. Do we have a product research spreadsheet that's more generic? Got a duplicate version? No, we don't. Okay, well, I mean, we do, but I just don't want to. Let me cut back to my face cam only, and I'll find it, and then I'll drop it for you guys. But I think that's everything for that video, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we're chilling. I think the only other thing would just be doing like a quick little pitch for the coaching. So this will probably be, we'll move this part a little bit earlier, just before I would say the second tool. We'll just do that. Now, as you use these tools and you build up your product list, if you want me to personally review said list so you only choose the right products that have the most scaling potential, then click that first link in the description down below for my one-on-one program where you get those reviewed in our 5 weekly group calls with yours truly. Plus, you get your own one-on-one coach so you can get questions to answer all of your pressing needs with your website, your ads, and basically just get feedback on every step of the process so that you can get your first winning product in the next 180 days. All right, beautiful. Cool. Let me just finish the recording, guys, and then we are going to get into some free product research. Who's ready for some free product research? Yippee! Hooray! There was another thing I was doing. What was it? It was, oh, getting you that product research. Yeah, so here's the spreadsheet, guys. So everyone make a little download of this. You guys have been good Samaritans. This will also be in the school community. Let me stop the recording real quick. Alrighty. Beautiful. Instagram is still live. Good. Event log. What's an event log? That's interesting. No, they can hear me. They're tripping. All right, beautiful. So let's go, and we are going to do some free product research. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me just load up my tools that we're going to be using for that. It's going to be a little bit rushed just because I do have to go to the gym and destroy my legs today. But nevertheless, we are going to find some interesting products. And I do need to film a quick intro for that. And then we're going to get right into it. Let me get my prompts for it. Okay. How are we doing so far? You guys alive? You enjoying this at all? Found some interesting products, about to find some free products. Let me know if you're with me. Let me know. Let me hear you. Let me hear you, people. Okay. So we are going to use you. We're going to mute you. And then there is, I need my ChatGPT prompt real quick. Okay. And we need the Facebook ad library. I want to see if I can get more natural with my intros, because I understand it does seem like a little bit forced in how I do it, which, yeah, it is. We'll find a way. Try to make it a bit more natural. What would be good to change, have 2 frameworks with 1 angle? How would that be a good test? I don't really do 2 frameworks with 1 angle when testing. I usually like to split test the angles over the frameworks. So usually it's 4 frameworks, or sorry, 4 angles, each with their own framework. And usually each framework is different. But the big thing is you test different angles, because again, the main way that you're going to get a winner is you have to find that right message. The message is the big thing, the actual angle itself, not the framework. Frameworks don't, they're again, like, sure, they matter a little bit, but it's not the big thing. The angle is the 20% that makes 80% of the results. All right, so let's get into it. We are going to do some free research real quick. We'll see how far we get with this video. It might not be the full kit and caboodle, but it is what it happens. All right, so let me just remember this intro real quick. Listen again. Okay. Listen, I get it. Inflation is up. You got 10 baby mamas to feed. And Lord knows we can't cut that $500 a week Uber Eats fee that you've been obsessed with. But luckily, you can still ball on a budget and find some amazing winning products like my students have for free. Actually, no, what was I doing there? It's all about a lot of my students who are scaling have found their winning products. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I apologize, live streamers. You know, anyways. Listen, I get it. Listen, I get it. Inflation is up. You got 10 baby mamas to feed, and Lord knows we can't cut that $500 a week Uber Eats expense. But when it comes to dropshipping, you can definitely ball on a budget, as a lot of my students recently have found their winning products that they're scaling to over $1,000 a day without having to pay hundreds of dollars a month for expensive spy tools. Because usually, once a product lands on one of these spy tools, the PP ads, the Cal data, it's too late. The dropshipping swarm has already mobbed on top of that product, making it pretty saturated almost immediately. So today we are going to cover some free methods that I personally love to use that are so powerful because you are finding these products straight into the source. So we're going to walk through 3 research methods that I absolutely love. They are completely free. And of course, we're going to find some winning products live in front of your eyes with each one of them. Now, the first method that I love is a little bit unconventional, but it's using ChatGPT, where with this prompt right here that you can see on my screen, we find a specific keyword list that shows different problems that a more affluent audience has. So we can see right here above the ages of 35, what are the problems they're dealing with? We have neck pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, and essentially you want to pick all these different problems and specifically look for different keywords that you can describe them. So we can go with sciatica relief as our first one, and then the next step of this process, go to the Facebook ad library and make sure that you do this in quotations, because if you don't do it in quotations, what's going to happen is you are going to get a bombardment of these sexual ebooks that Lord knows that only your mother and your aunt are reading. But when you actually do it in quotations, you are going to find specific products that are pertaining to this problem. So let's do that. So I personally filter these by active only ads, and I do have an extension. I believe this is specifically with Manea, where it shows you ads from Shopify brands. So let's just see real quick here. So this is from Lifetones. We can view their page, and let's just take a look at where they're sending traffic. Let me see real quick. I apologize, guys. It's taking a second to load. You guys can see my screen, right? Beautiful. Interesting. So we found, so this is a really interesting page. They're testing a lot of different health products, which can get us some good ideas as to what we can also do as well. And they're sending this to a more advertorial ClickFunnels-esque landing page. I know this isn't our typical shrine that we always see, but that doesn't mean that it's not validating that these guys aren't printing money. In fact, usually it's the ugly websites that do really well. So immediately, we're already seeing a ton of different product ideas. So this is for neuropathy, but we also see sciatica as well. Let's take a look at the sciatica product they're selling. And it looks like they're actually just selling the same product, but they're selling the same product, but they're actually trying different angles to see which one resonates. So that's actually really interesting. So it's all one product. And yeah, I mean, this is a great example of how when you have a product, there's so many different avatars, there's so many different angles. So that's why you should explore and split test to see which one is the most profitable for you. I mean, that's really interesting, actually. I'm gonna save those guys for now. We're gonna take a look, but let's see what else. Yeah, so I've seen this. This one's actually not bad. Scrolling down, we have this brand Uri's, and honestly, it's not a bad product. Great margins, good problem solver, and there are so many versions of these belts, so we don't have to sell the exact one, but is this a great product idea that we could potentially also sell a version of? 100%. So many people are dealing with lower back pain. I know even my gym lifting partner just bought a product that was very similar to this. So really, really solid product that we can build a brand around. Yeah, that's something we're gonna leave open. A lot of people are doing advertorials. My name is Rusty Johnson. Oh my God, that is the most blue collar man I've ever seen. Outback Original. Roll this oil. Roll my baby oil all over your back. Get you nice and wet, nice and sticky. Don't you want to be sticky before Grandpa comes over? Yeah. Why don't you arch that back, boy, grandson? Christmas came early. I have a gift for you. Grandpa, why is there a present right where your penis is? Don't worry about that, boy. Open your gift. I don't want to. Open it. Or you're going to get no fudge pudding after. Okay, Grandpa. Oh my God. I'll never be the same after that day. You know, I kind of am jealous of people that have those traumatic experiences with their family. It's like good lore. It's great adversity building. I never had an uncle that raped me or molested me at all. Crazy thing to say out of context. Live streaming for every single day for the next few weeks is going to be, there's going to be some blurbs like that. Anything else interesting? Yeah, not really. Let's take a look at another one. Plantar fasciitis. Search this exact phrase. Yes, I would like to do that very much. I got 30 minutes before I gotta hit the Gime. Hitting the Gime. Wow. That is a uncomfortably long ad copy. All right, so we're going to do another keyword here, plantar fasciitis. And as we scroll on down, there's a specific advertorial that I saw here. So we have essentially what looks like some foam insoles, or maybe they have some sort of specific technology and unique selling point. So again, really interesting products. Have they built a brand? Clearly. And is there demand? Yeah, this is a huge pain point for a lot of people. So it is something that if we can find a version that's even better, or potentially even this version, that could definitely be a winner for us. I'll leave that open. Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, a few of my students have brought that on calls. Let's take a look at this. That's I don't think I've seen this version. And as we scroll down, got another ad here from clearly a dropshipping brand. And this is a unique design. I actually haven't seen this version. And specifically, as we can see here, yep, for that plantar fasciitis. I'm not a big fan of the models they're using because it's a little bit younger. So that could be how we differentiate and really just show that it's for an older audience, because that's typically what they're going to be dealing with. And it even looks like they're selling some other angles. So it's not specifically only for plantar fasciitis. So it's getting rid of, I mean, let's see what they're doing here. So getting rid of cellulite on these tortoise legs. So there's multiple different angles. It's got a unique way that it's designed. It's got some sales validation, some good margin. This is something that's interesting. That is very interesting. I'm going to keep that one open too. This method, I mean, I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite methods. I love the Facebook ad library keyword method. You find so many cool products. Orthopedic boots. I will take a look at you. And then we got another product here. So orthopedic boots for people with plantar fasciitis, so that they're working, most likely construction workers, people on their feet all day. So yeah, we can see the specific audience right here. And honestly, their ads were really generic. So this is one of those products where if it has the demand, we could easily destroy the person already selling it just because they have not niched down enough. And the riches are always in the niches. Beautiful. Okay, this is some interesting procs. So I think that kind of covers that first method. Yeah, that's all we really need. So let's cover the second one. Now, our next method, I personally prefer a little bit more on the phone, but just so it's easier for you guys to see, I would open up a new TikTok account. This is the burner account method, where once you start a fresh account, go to the search bar and you're going to look up specific keywords. So specifically, we can do TikTok made me buy it. We can do Amazon finds. And when you look up these keywords, what you want to do is just interact with the videos. So we're going to like, we're going to comment, and it doesn't matter if it's actually a product that you would want to sell. The reason why you're doing it, though, is so that you train the algorithm to show you more videos like this, to show it that you are an NPC consumer that is just doom scrolling looking for endless things to buy. So we're going to just do a few comments, and then we'll see what our feed starts to look like. All right, beautiful. Same thing here. You guys can see my screen, right? Let me just make sure. Let me double check. OBS. Yeah, beautiful. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, I hate this guy. I hate my competition. These fuckers trying to take food off my family's plate, off the 10 baby mamas I have to support. I need to become the white boy of the year in the dropshipping space. So anytime I see another white boy, I instantly block and report their account for child nudity. And I would really encourage you guys, if you enjoy my challenge, this challenge and just everything I do, to do the same exact thing with all of my ops. And they don't even have to be white. They can be AC Hampton as well. These hands are rated E for everyone. And let's actually favorite these videos as well. I love AC Hampton. The commercial event's coming up, and that's basically just the event with all like the ecom millionaire dudes. I met him last year. Super cool dude. Fucking Jeremy Ray Finance. Who even is this guy? LARPer. Definitely a LARPer. Never saw that guy at any of these events. The hood don't know him. I'll tell you that. All right, let's take a look at the For You page. This is... Let's refresh it. I think it was already with those videos preloaded. Oh, I love this guy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. Okay, we did not train it. We did not train it enough, apparently. All right, let's go back. It's not, I mean, this is a relatively brand new account. It's not like a brand new account. It's like a week old. Should work kind of the same way. I don't think I even followed anyone. I might have followed one or two dropshipping YouTubers, so that might actually affect it. I might have fucked up the method. All right, let's go back. All right, for the love of God, TikTok, I am an NPC consumer alien just drifting. Oh, I love this guy. He actually has really good clothing tutorials. Gotta get your style up. For the love of God, give me a video now on my For You. Gideon, I do not want Gideon. How do I... There's a thing where you can like say disinterested, right? Beautiful. I don't... This is not the right ad. No. 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 Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. Interested. It's probably better on the phone. The desktop version sucks. We may have to in post do it where like we show the feed. Yeah, because it's so ass on desktop. I apologize to you guys for the sake of the tutorial. I'm probably gonna have to film it just for editor. I'm gonna film myself just on my phone doing it because it's gonna be, the results are gonna be better, and it's already, my computer looks like it's lagging a bit. Can you guys still hear me? Just want to make sure. Ethan, what theme do you think is the best to get more sales? The theme doesn't matter, bro. If you use an app like section.store, you can customize any theme to look a certain way. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, a good baseline though. I build all my themes on Shrine, but you can use the Elixir theme. Elixir theme is really solid. Shrine theme is great. You can use whatever as long as you know what sections you're supposed to have and have the right copy and the right offer. That's really what it boils down to. Do I teach native ads? Yes, we do. Both communities we teach that. Yeah. Of course, of course. You can't forget the Bev. Of course, you can't forget the native ads. All right, so just a note, editing this video, we are going to, yeah, we're just gonna have to show my phone just because desktop version of TikTok sucks. And also my computer is loading slow. So we'll just make a note of that. But let's go to Temu. So Temu is another great method. Now the third method I absolutely love is Temu. So if you go to the best-selling items or 5-star rated, typically you are going to see a lot more health products or beauty products. Actually, yeah, real quick, let me do one more thing. One more thing. Sorry, before we get started with that. And then the third tool I absolutely love is Temu. So as you can see right here, you can go to best-selling items, 5-star rated. But typically where I start is going to the different categories and just seeing in these categories what is already selling really well. So there's beauty, obviously there's home decor. Typically this is where I'm going to get a lot of the non-problem solving products. So yeah, let's go right here. So we'll open up a tab for home decor. Home and kitchen, we'll do home decor, we'll do. Kind of see what's working for women's clothing. Just do women's clothing in general. So we're going to open up the general categories here. So all women's clothing, we're going to do home and kitchen. And again, as we go through here, we are going to specifically filter out any that do not have the price point that we're looking for. So under $7 is not going to work. Typically, this is going to be a minimum of products that are going for about $15. And then as we scroll on back up, let's see here. Yeah, no, we're good there. We'll just cut the video at like 15. And then from here, let's just see what's already selling for home decor. So we got, yeah, the smart hatch-esque alarm clock. So that one's a little bit saturated, but it is definitely a winner in the past. And let's see. So essentially, when I look for home decor products, it is kind of a hit or miss. You have to mass test to really see what sticks with people because you don't know. It is a personal taste type of niche. So let's see what kind of stands out on the feed. We'll cut the like personal blah 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 type of niche. Let me see what's standing out. It's interesting. Oh, that's so stupid. Candle could be interesting. I want to find something that I would actually really want to sell. Eye catching, I'll tell you that. So immediately, this LED bathroom mirror definitely stands out to me. It's being sold for $28. Realistically, it's probably a product that costs about $50. But can we sell this for a higher ticket price? $150, $200, even $300? 100%, because you got to keep in mind with home decor, everything is expensive. Usually everything is going to be at least $100. So if you can find something for $20, $30, the margins are going to be there. Let's see what else. This is good, but the 28 sold, it's going to kind of turn me off from it. All right, let's go to a different category. All right, so now looking at women's clothing here. So specifically, I want to look for products where there's not going to be a high return rate. So that's usually anything where there's only one size for it. So these adjustable type of tops, this is something that I would be interested in. And I also just don't want cheaper products because, again, the quality is not great. So the t-shirts, typically pants, those are just really no-goes for me, even if they do look good. So let's see specifically, I want a higher ticket type of product where quality is not really going to be the issue. Let's see. Is there anything? Dresses. This floral dress is honestly really interesting. It's super eye-catching, and that's the type of product that I typically see good results with, because you got to keep in mind you're going to be running these as Facebook ads typically as images. So if it stands out in the feed, that's usually kind of the right play to go with, rather than something that's more understated like this top right here. It's just, yeah, it has the sales demand, but it's going to be really hard to make that work with paid ads. So yeah, you want something. So this right here, we got these like golden little, yeah, look at this. These buttons are crazy. So like this right here, golden metal buttons. I mean, that definitely is going to stand out on the feed. You can source it for about $15. I'm sure we can get a good quote. And can we sell this for $49.99, $59.99? Definitely. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that product. It's not bad. Give me something, mate. Mate, I want to see something else. Oh, that's a... Yeah, it's really cute. Not gonna lie. This is another interesting one. Just looks really good quality. Even though it's the PU leather. Little faux leather. That alone, we found some interesting products. Let's go see. Let's do one more category. Let's see if we can find some problem-solving products. I haven't seen many beauty products today. I want to get some beauty in here. Where's my beauty? Beauty, beauty, beauty. Let's take a look. Let's take a look-see here. Let's filter. All right, so now we're in the beauty niche, and we're going to do the same process where it has to be products for at least $10 because you're going to get a lot of cheap products, and we're going to sort these by the best sellers. So what do we got here? You're going to see a lot of saturated products, and just my general advice, if you see the same product multiple times, usually that's a really good sign. Yeah, it's going to be too saturated, so try to find something where it's not being shown up as much, because then you don't really have to worry too much about that problem. Yeah. I might actually do that line again because I wasn't looking at the camera. My bad. So now we're in the beauty and health category. Now, as you can see right here, we are going to specifically look for products that are at least $10. And if we go to the filters and sort by, we can do top sales to, of course, see products that have the sales validation. But my one general note is if you see a product listed multiple times, usually that means it's a little bit too saturated for my liking. So we're going to look for a specific product that, yes, it has the sales, but not too saturated. So let's see here. Anything catching the eye today that's a little unique? Problem is I've seen so many of these products. Come on, lads. Give me something interesting. I think there's gonna be one or two that catch my eye today. Realistically, I could probably do like 3 more minutes of research, then we'll do like a little criteria list, recap again, and then that's probably all the time I have for today's live stream. So I appreciate all you guys for hopping on. Like, it really means the world. I know we've been on for about 2 hours. So any of you guys that have been on for even like 10 minutes of this, I appreciate it. We're going to be live streaming every single day from 1:30 to 4:30, covering different topics. So today was more product research day, as you saw, covering all the different methods that I really love. And obviously there's certain methods I love more than others, like that Facebook ad library method. If I could, I would have just spent the full 2-3 hours really doing that, because that's where I find the majority of my products, to be honest. But I just like to give you guys variety, because you never know what's really going to be the thing that sticks for you personally. I just need to find one thing that really like is unique. A lot of wigs. I'm not opposed to wigs. I mean, you guys can definitely sell them if you want. It's just usually I just haven't had great luck with them. Give me something new, por favor. I need a good product. Too many wigs. God, how many wigs do these women need? These shape-shifting lizard women. Scrolling too much. All right, whatever. We found a few. We found a few interesting products. So for the LED, this will be the one that I think would be interesting to get a quote. So let me just see real quick. Yeah, Temu. Okay, so we want to do the validation parts before the Temu method, just in the video order. So just keep that in mind. So most likely, we'll show the TikTok burner method, finding a few products. And then we'll do the validation, and then the final step will be Temu. So the Temu products we're actually not going to be doing the criteria for, but we'll save these. We're going to do it for some of the products we found with the Facebook ad library method, because there was a few. LED bathroom mirror. Mirror. And then this coat I thought was really interesting. This coat and this like floral dress, but it's more pants. Pants, I'm not a big fan of pants. Just because those return rates are usually bad. Don't want those return rates. This one was all right. This one I liked. This one I want to find. This one was a good idea. Plantar fasciitis soles. It's a good product idea for sure. Now, is it the right product? Who knows? Who knows? What is this? Oh yeah, we already saw that. That was it. This product I like too. I do fuck with that one. And then yes, the back belt, back therapy belt. I've sold versions of these products, but it's all marketing at the end of the day. There's clearly demand for these. This is the one. I like this one a lot. This one gets my pickle tickled. Let's take a quick little screenshot of that. Get a quote from AliExpress. So this was fascia blade. Let's go on Amazon. My bad. Let me get those keywords instead. Ugh, silly goose. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Sculpting blade, if I could spell and wasn't dyslexic. Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is. Oh, baby girl. And you don't have too many sales. Oh, baby girl. Let me scale the fuck out of you. You're not even tapped. Everyone watching this live stream is going to want this. I'm going to sell the fuck out of you. You dirty little minx. Alright, 700 times 63. How much is that? That's good. Well. Yeah. No, that's good. That's over 30k. Beautiful. Sales validations there. Good reviews. I mean, it's not a shit ton of reviews, but it's good reviews. See what we're gonna get quoted for. Ah, it's the wrong image. Gee Willikers. My bee. Oh, that's not great. 21. 21. Can you do something for me? Okay. All right. That's a good point. That brings up a good point. So we'll just do the validation process again. Okay. Let me open up the link. And we'll kind of recap everything. So going over our criteria list inside my product research spreadsheet, which I will link down below in the description. So as we can see for the 4-in-1 fascia, actually let me have this open. So let's go through our criteria for one of our products right here. The 4-in-1 sculpting blade. I really like this product. Now, my first rule is always the margin rule, which is that I need to be selling the product for 3 times more than I source it for. So as we can see on AliExpress, I did put in an image of the product and we're getting different quotes. There is a range, some for 30, some for 50, some for 20. So it's definitely ranging. I usually go with the lowest number because that's typically when you actually go with your private supplier, what the quote is going to be. So let's say we're going to sell for 20. So that means at bare minimum, I need to sell for 60. And the competitor is already selling it for 80 and is doing pretty well. So I'd say we're definitely within our rights to sell for 3x, but obviously we'd also want to go in Google Shopping, look up similar products and see what the range is. But since we already have our competitor that did that validation of the price, so we know margins are going to be there, but the next step is that return rate. So I always look at the product on Amazon and we can see it's at a 4.3 or above in stars. And that's typically a great sign that it has a low return rate, that the product actually does what it's supposed to do. So 4.4, solid. And then next, I like good sales validation. So I don't typically go based on, oh, what does Shop Hunter say the store is doing? I typically like to go either on Calidata or go on Amazon, and then you can just do the math of how much they're doing. And if it's over 30 grand a month, that is enough sales validation for me to know there's clearly demand. So as we, So as we can see, 700. So as we can see, there was 700 bought last month times 63. That's around $50,000 or more. So the sales validation is there. And as we hop on back here, we would just make sure to check each one of these categories so you remember, okay, did it have the reviews 4.3 and above on Amazon? Beautiful. Is it a visual product? Yes. Does it have content? Yes. Proven sales demand? And then finally, is this evergreen? Yes, because this is a problem that people are going to be dealing with year round. This is not just a seasonal time of year that people deal with plantar fasciitis. And of course, is it brandable? Of course it is. It's a problem solving product. We can put our logo on it. So this is a product that checks every single box for me. Beautiful. Yeah, that is a great product. I really like that product. That's a product that, we're going to do a little dig on that one. Beautiful. So I know there's not too many people left on this stream, but guys, that is essentially all the different ways that I find products. We built up a nice list. I think about 15 or so products in about an hour and a half. Not bad at all, honestly. So we have all the products that we need to go to the next steps of this challenge. So for the next live stream, we are going to be actually building the store. We are going to get into all of that. So that's going to be super exciting. So I can't wait for all of you to see that. Let me just wrap up this free video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Actually, one more time. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe because I drop daily bangers of the latest strategies that I use to scale my own brands and teach you how to go from a dropshipping noob to an e-com Chad in the next few weeks. Beautiful. Is there anything else I'm missing? Yeah, that's kind of mainly it. Let me do that like thing one more time. I apologize for people watching the live stream. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe because I drop weekly bangers every single... So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe because I drop daily bangers of the latest strategies and sauce that will go at... Wow, I can't get this right. I apologize. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe because I drop daily bangers in this series that breaks down everything you need to know to go from a dropshipping noob to getting your first winning product in the next few weeks. All right, beautiful. Okay, beautiful, blah, 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 blah. Is there any questions for me? Guys, Instagram, YouTube, I know we're live on both. If you guys have anything, let me know before we sayonara for today. Tomorrow, we're going to go live at the exact same time. Let me just see. Did we get everything we wanted to cover in this video? Yes, we did. We'll give away the spreadsheet, which we did. The only part of this video, just for my editor, remind me that I need to film scrolling on TikTok with products because it's going to be better that way. And I apologize for people watching the live stream that we didn't get to do that. If I knew how to share my phone at the same time, I would. Okay, so we hear you. Do you like gem pages? I like gem pages for building advertorials and listicles because they have great templates on gem pages. So yes, I do like it for that reason. In fact, I have a video that's going to be coming out on Monday, which is a tutorial on how I use gem pages specifically for that. So for that reason, yes. Is there a way to put images in advertisements and on the website itself without buying the product? I mean, yeah, you can run image ads and just find the images that are already out there on the internet. You can use AI. There's a lot of different tools you can use to generate those type of images. All right, beautiful. Let me check my Instagram. I run a supplement brand. I can't break even for the life of me with Facebook. I mean, that's just all angle testing. You got to find the right angle, the right message that resonates with people. Chris said, I'm at the buying in bulk stage and I've talked with suppliers in Alibaba, and for 100 units, it's small, but they're requiring 2,000 units. Do you have a supplier that will do a logo with 100 units? I don't know if you've talked to the people at Commercive do that typically. I also know that if you use CJ lets you brand if you mock up a specific version of your product. So like for me, how the process goes about actually getting logos and everything. So I always will get like there's a specific file. It's not a PNG file. It's like a vector file where you mock your logo on the product and it will actually print the right way. And that's what your supplier needs. So once you get the vector file, typically that's when you can get quotes and see which one of your suppliers gives you the right price. Plus, yeah, those MOQs. So typically I use CJ a lot for that. And with CJ, I think the minimum was like 100 to 300 units. 2,000 is way too much. Like you should never have to need 2,000 to get your logo on anything. So that's where CJ is good. I also have a private supplier in my one-on-one program, Kaylee, who does do MOQs typically of even 50 in some cases. So 50 to 100 should be perfectly fine. But if you're getting quotes from like Zendrop, Commercial, the big dinos, you should be able to get someone. But yeah, those would be the options I look for. I tried a lot of angles, no luck. Is it all? It's all creatives. Yes, it's all creatives. I mean, really, what dropshipping boils down to, it's 95% ads. The rest is really just your offer at that point. Like your website could look like absolute trash, but if you have a great offer and you have the right message that's hitting to the right people, you're gonna make that product work. So you just haven't done enough research is the reality. Like you haven't done enough research to understand your audience and what are their real desires, what are their real pain points, and then say that exactly to them. Reverse engineer, say those lines, test those angles, because that is what it's going to be. There's no other solution. You have to make better ads. You have to do more research with intent to plan out what are the angles, what are the specific ways people say this, what are different ways I can write those hooks, what are different ways I can test with image ads as well with those angles to really find that right combination. But it's always a creative thing. $70 spent, 6% add to cart, or 6 add to carts, 3 to 5% click-through rate. Just launched a few hours ago. Might be a winner. Too early to tell, bro. But not bad. Not a bad start. Again, when I first test, I'm just trying to get break even. I'm trying to have 1 or 2 angles that are working really well. That's it. But yeah, that's something that a few hours ago, you're never going to know. It's usually around 2 to 3 days. Like you'll see kind of what's getting you traction, and then you have to obviously work on it. Double down. But not a bad start. I don't dropship. I have a brand that's performing organic and just no look on Facebook. Yeah, that's all a creative issue. You've already proven that the product works. And yeah, at that point, you just need to figure out, okay, if I'm able to make it work on organic, who's the specific audience? What are we saying in these ads? And obviously try to test that and see if it's scalable with paid ads. There's no difference between organic and paid ads. Like you're reaching a certain amount of people. You're reaching a specific type of person. You just need to figure out what do they truly desire. And yeah, what are those pain points? So yeah, it's a creative issue. It's always a creative issue. Typically organic is much harder too. Thank you. You have really great videos. Have a great day. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right, let me take a look at YouTube one more time. How can you break the 1K per day? Been launching shit ton of better ads, but can't seem to work. There's really 2 ways you can break through any sale plateau, and it's you unlock a new offer that makes your brand much more profitable, so your revenue per visitor increases. That's the one lever you can really play around with. That's not ads. So how do you make your revenue per visitor increase? You either find a better offer, so you try different things like a value stack where it's your product plus free gifts. You have bundles, so buy 2, buy 4, buy 8. So having the minimum option be a buy 2, buy 3 so that you increase your average order value, because you have the same conversion rate, but you increase your average order value. Obviously, that makes you more profitable. You have more upsells because, again, increase your average order value. So having upsells on the cart page, having upsells post-purchase. So I personally use Zipify is really good for that. There's a few different apps. Zipify is the one I personally like. So Zipify one-click upsell. I always usually upsell the same product they're already buying at a heavier discount, so another 15 to 20% off. You can always try to upsell accessory products that will accelerate the results that someone wants to get with your product. So getting more upsells in will help increase AOV just naturally. And then besides offer testing, the other thing you can do on your website is obviously trying a different funnel structure, so taking a bigger swing. So if you're right now doing just most of your traffic to a regular product page with an offer, trying a pre-sale page, an advertorial, a listicle, a pre-sale page before they go on to your regular product page can also help educate and really tap into the emotions of your customers, get them in that buying state, and of course increase your revenue per visitor. So those are the 2 to 3 main things. Split test your offer, try a different landing page structure where you have a pre-sale page, or have more upsells. What am I doing to test offers? I use A/B convert. A/B convert, you set up a redirect split test, and we'll have a video about this. And I do have videos on my YouTube channel, but essentially I use the app A/B convert, have half my traffic go to one product page, half to another. But if I'm doing a split test of just sending traffic to a regular product page versus a pre-sale page, what I'll do is half my traffic to the regular page, half to the pre-sale page, and then when people on that pre-sale page click to go onto my product page, it's a duplicated version. So all you have to do is just compare which product page, the original one or the duplicated version, where people see the pre-sale page first, converts better, makes more money. So that's usually how you're gonna do that. And then the other thing, it's ads. Yeah, you have to make better ads. How do you make better ads? It's research. It's tons of fucking research, guys. Reddit, Amazon, TikTok videos, YouTube videos, noting it down, tracking, and then really being strategic in the different angles that you are trying. You gotta find a net new concept that just essentially gets more spend than the other ads and is more profitable in doing so. That's the only way. That's the only way you're gonna scale. It's those things. So you gotta take bigger swings. You gotta get a net new concept of video that performs better. It can't just be little variations of what was already working. Same thing on your website. It can't just be little variations unless it's already working. Which in this case, if it's not and you have that plateau, you gotta take bigger swings. How do I manage creative rotation? Add them to the evergreen campaign or create a different campaign? So when I have new ads, I have 2 usual campaigns. I have my sandbox testing campaign. That's where I test new creatives. And then I have a scaling campaign where I put my winner ads. So whenever I have new ads to test, I just create a new ad set in that sandbox testing campaign, which is an ABO. Create a new ad set, $20 a day, drop the set of 5, 10, however many ads. Usually I don't go above 10. For the challenge, you'll create one single store to test all the products. Yep, I'm going to create a general store. In the next live stream, we will come up with the brand name, the logo, the domain. We're going to do all of that fun stuff. We're going to really build the brand out. We're going to do the homepage. We are going to show the apps, all of that stuff. So yes, that is going to be our next live stream. So make sure to stay tuned for that. What reasons would I pick Facebook? And what for TikTok? Facebook just in general is always going to be a platform that I test because they just have the best data. They have the best targeting. They have the most information, data points on people. So they really know with your creative when to give it to them, who to target it with. TikTok is more clothing, kind of quick, cheaper product type of game because it's, let's be honest, it's a younger audience on there. So that's the main reason you're going to use TikTok over Facebook. It's like a cheaper, younger audience type of product. All right, beautiful. I appreciate all of you. I think that'll be it for today. This was a great first live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll keep perfecting it. If you guys have any notes for me, definitely, send me a DM, comment, do whatever you want. I will see you guys tomorrow, though, at the same time, and we'll keep on chugging along. Appreciate you all for watching.